Hello everybody! Today, this is a video in celebration of me getting 5,000 subscribers, which is...
If you get there.
I am like 4 away as of filming this.
Yeah, but I'm gonna unsubscribe to drop your numbers by 1.
Okay.
Oh my god, right when you post. Right, drop 1.
Anyway, it's crazy. I never thought this channel would get this successful. It's ridiculous. I know it's not like big YouTube influencer numbers, but it's still 5,000 folks who are interested in what I'm doing. It's very exciting.
What's cool, so 5,000 is an AMA,
Yeah.
and 10,000 is a hot tub stream.
No. Okay.
20,000 is the hot tub stream.
Nope. Anyway, so...
one of these questions has to be a hot tub stream.
There are 2.
We'll get to them.
So what we're gonna do, I talk to you guys and you give me a bunch of questions. I have a lot. We're just gonna go through them. So this is questions either about me or about Warhammer or about life. Some people have just asked me some really broad questions, which are like very not related to me, but I'm gonna be happy to answer them. Wrote them all down here and Graham is gonna read them to me.
All right, this is a big stack of cards. So is this trivia? Like you have 8 seconds to answer, rapid fire if you get the answer wrong?
What is the right answer on some of
I
these?
assume I know.
Okay, you can draw them in any order you wish.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
If you could be the recipient of a fully painted army, what would it be? And this better come with you getting that army painted for you for free.
I don't actually... I have an answer for that. I don't think I'd want a fully painted army. Does that make sense? I think painting is such a huge part of the hobby for me. I love it.
Wow.
I mean, if like somebody gifted me a fully painted army, I'd play it and I'd have it on the channel, but I also just, I don't know, painting's... None is the answer. I really like painting, and that's like the most joyful part of the hobby for me.
Okay, you know what? There you go. For me, it's if you all want to give me Zinch Demons, very interested.
Just 2,000 points of Zinch Demons, no sorcerers or anything.
What drink would Samandis order at a bar? There's a right answer.
Ooh. What drink would Samandis order at a bar? I think something like something straight, no mixers or anything. Maybe like a gin or a vodka, something clear, something that is like pure, that he can just get down and just move on with his job.
So I'm imagining like Everclear then, like it's very pure, just alcohol.
You know what? Yes, Samandis would drink Everclear.
Why did you marry your wife?
That was one of these open-ended questions.
And why did Samandis marry your wife? Maybe.
Why did Samandis? Why did I marry my wife? Somebody was very curious about this. Because I think she's amazing and she supports me in all of my weird stuff that I do. I love her very much and I've loved her for a very long time and I don't know what else to say to that.
Well, have fun when she watches this video and that's the answer you had.
The answer's pretty good. I feel like I love her is a good reason for why I married her.
You know, my job's here to bring you down.
Okay, so genuinely,
Okay.
I'm gonna be real for a minute. So the reason that I married my wife is because alone amongst anyone I've ever met, she knows me. And I know that sounds corny, but she knows who I am, she knows who I've been, and she knows who I'm going to be in the future. It is just a thing that is so rare to find amongst human beings. Somebody who can read you, who doesn't have to you don't have to talk to them about it, you don't have to explain your feelings. They just know. And they don't always, it's not like that means she just accepts everything about me and doesn't think I ever need to change. There are things about me that I need to change and need to work on, but she understands what those things are and what they are about me, and that is exceptionally rare to find in a human being, and that's why I love her.
It's a good answer, and proof that I'm a great interviewer because I bullied you until you were vulnerable enough to give a good answer.
Okay, wow. Yeah, solid.
No, wait, that question hasn't been answered yet. Will you be playing Tau once their new codex comes out?
Yes, absolutely. And I know some of you have asked for Tau on the channel again. They're just bad, and I'm bad at them. So it's
They're just so unfun bad. They lose.
Yeah!
They lose handedly to Renegades and Inheritors.
Yeah, and it's not, and this is nothing against Tau. It's such a different army than I'm used to playing. So when I don't know what to do with them, and also their rules aren't the best, I just put some Fire Warriors on the board, and they all get ruined. And then I'm just like, that was a cool game, I guess. So yes, once the new codex is out, and I kind of can like pick it up and learn it, like at the same pace as everybody else, I'm gonna be very happy to bring my Dinosaur Tau back.
And will that be a separate video on this channel? Like one last commune? I don't know,
one last pulse rifle.
Yeah, one last pulse rifle.
Oh, there's got to be a better one for that.
Well, we'll have to workshop that one. Why don't you run flyers? We all see the shelf of it. Every time you're like, me and my Warhammer having a drink, You got your shelf full of flyers.
Do you
Why
think
are
I
you
just
running
hang out
flyers?
and like drink with my models?
I don't. Half your Instagram posts are you like posing with your models. So yes.
I did one recently.
Yeah.
Why don't I run flyers? Because they're bad. I don't have a better reason for that. I know that they're cool. Storm Ravens are red. Stormhawk Interceptors are awesome. I have 2 of them painted up, but they don't benefit from tides. They don't have psychic powers. They're not core. They're very expensive, and they die turn 1. That's not a fun model to run. It's a bad
Pretty good
kind.
description.
Yeah.
You did run one in the 4th part of our narrative campaign.
Yeah.
Hexfire narrative.
I haven't put up yet.
Oh well.
It's on its way.
There's one there.
There is
And,
one present.
it's the epic conclusion. Next is top 5 sci-fi books/movies ?
Let's see. Books or movies?
Books/movies.
Okay, so I can draw from both. Let's throw John Carpenter's The Thing in there. Let's throw Event Horizon. I'm not going to throw in Star Wars because that consumes so much of me and it's too obvious. So I'm going to bend around to that. Ender's Game, the book, not the movie. So that's 3. And Richard Matheson's I Am Legend. And
Is that the one with Will Smith?
the book, not the movie. The movie's fine.
There's
but
a
the
book
book
with Will
is.
Smith?
There's a book called I Am Legend. You've read the book I Am Legend. You told me it was garbage after I loved it. I loved it, and you told me it was shit.
That's what I did.
Peter Watts' Blind Sight. That book fucked my brain up. You should read it. It made me question whether or not I'm actually conscious.
Wait, then why am I reading Dune? You told me Dune was one.
Oh,
of your favorites.
Dune!
You have Dune on your arm.
I do. Okay, I'm gonna take Event Horizon out of there and put Dune. So Dune,
Okay.
I Am Legend, John Carpenter's The Thing, Peter Watts' Blind Sight, and the other one I mentioned.
Star Wars.
Not Star Wars. Star Wars is purposefully omitted
Well,
because it's too obvious.
The audience can tell us.
Okay.
Put it in the comments. Oh, there's a second question.
Second
there.
part?
Also, just name 5 Space Marine chapters. But what are your top 5 Space Marine chapters? I couldn't name 5. So
You couldn't
that's-
name 5 Space Marine
Let's
chapters?
see, Ultramarines, Salamander Marines, Space Wolverines. Is Deathwatch its own chapter?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, you can't.
Iron Fisters. Was that
Nope.
one? Fuck. Imperial Fists.
There you go.
Yes, and then
Blood
Iron
Angels
Hands.
didn't show up on there?
That's
Blood
what it was.
Angels. You couldn't think of Blood Angels?
I thought they died.
No.
I don't
Okay.
know.
My top 5 Space Marine chapters: Grey Knights, Exorcists, Astral Claws, just because they have a fascinating backstory. Lamenters, because they're so sad, and Salamanders, because I really like good guys.
Why? None of those.
The Lamenters are actually really fun. They've got they just get fucked everywhere they go in the galaxy. Not in like the good way. Like they just like show up and their whole day is ruined everywhere they go and their chapter's barely alive.
They should join Chaos. You get free Marines.
No, they accidentally joined Chaos once and then were really sad about
That's
it.
hilarious.
It was a bad time. No, it's a great little story. So there was an Imperial system called the Badab like sector where they were like, hey, we need some help here, and the Imperium was like, how about you go fuck yourself? And
Nice.
the Space Marine chapter that was like the shepherds of the region were like, well, this sucks. Imperium's not helping us. You know what? We're gonna make our own Imperium with blackjack and hookers. And they like
It's the move.
seceded from the Imperium, and then the Inquisition with a couple of Space Marine chapters came in and was like, you need to comply with the Imperium. And the Lamenters were like, this is unjust. We should help those guys like not be fucked up by the Inquisition. And then the Lamenters went there and fought alongside them, and then the original Space Marine chapter that rebelled was like, also we worship corn! And the Lamenters were like, oh, bad. Oops.
This sounds like a story of the Empire's fall. And
Yeah.
Khorne being a hero. That's the takeaway there.
Oh,
Have you told your wife the total cost of your collection?
I don't know the total cost of my collection. It's
Would
a
you
lot.
would you hazard above 1,000 or below?
Well above 1,000.
And this is not with the value added of painting.
Well above 1,000.
Above 5,000 or below.
This is too much math for me. This is too much thinking. I'm gonna say about 5K. Let's do that. Oh
Is
no,
it-
that sounds too high. Let's say
Is it a
3.
number you want to know?
I don't think so.
Where does Graham get his awesome shirts from? And this isn't Ask You Anything. I don't have to answer.
You should. Where do you get your awesome shirts from? This one's so nice.
This
Look at
one's
it.
Banana Republic. In fact, most of my shirts are Banana Republic.
You have like a-
If I say Banana Republic enough, will you get a sponsorship from Banana Republic?
You can say this video not sponsored by Banana Republic.
Banana Republic, that's not who sponsored it. That is who provided me these shirts.
This makes you look like a gentleman going through Panama in the 1920s.
Wow. That is a compliment, I hope. All right, that's where the shirts come from. Thank you.
Okay.
How old is Graham? What you wrote is our old is
That is
Graham.
a how. I have great handwriting. How old is Graham?
I normally ask my wife. Okay, what year is it? 21? I think I'm 29. 29, yes, because I turned 30 soon.
29.
Yes, I got
Yep.
it. This one also says how old is Graham? Still 29, but about 30 seconds older than the question before. What do you think is in the Terminus Decree?
The Terminus Decree is a... so the Terminus Decree, do you know what the Terminus Decree is?
Is it a Space Marine thing?
It's a Space Marine thing.
Well, let's tell them.
So,
I obviously know the Terminus Decree.
The Terminus Decree is a box down in the bowels of Titan that has an inscription that is a quote by the Emperor of Mankind where he's describing how he has failed the species of humanity.
Yeah.
And it's a box, and only Caldor Drago knows what's in it. And the instructions are to open that box if everything is hopeless.
Oh, so you should open the box.
It's not quite hopeless.
Isn't
The
like
theory-
the tagline in the grimdark future, there is no hope, there is only war?
But like if the Imperium is like hopeless, more hopeless. If there is like if there's no inkling of any way we're getting out of it. Caldor Drago in recent fiction has been thinking about it. But so what I think is in there, I think that it is like a nexus connected to the webway portal under the Emperor's throne, and when activated, the Terminus Decree will like detonate the Emperor's throne and destroy Earth. Thus, with like a soul bomb that kills all demons and shit there. Thus, taking out like a lot of power of chaos and removing humanity's corruption from the equation.
Oh, and it also makes sure no humans could have to spread and talk to each other, so there's no more imperial connection.
Exactly.
That's a
It'll
really
actually,
good
yeah,
idea.
it'll re-diaspora
You
everything.
should actually do that.
No.
That's a really good idea.
No, it's the self-destruct button at the end of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Chaos.
Is it a coincidence you chose Grey Knights and your brother chose Thousand Suns?
Yes.
I can answer this one. In 4th grade, I bought a Space Marines versus Dark Elves like battle box, and I was like, yeah, play Warhammer with me. And I built some Space Marines, and then my brothers were like, no. And then my dad was like, I'll help you build a Warhammer table, so we did. And then I was like, play with me, brothers, and they were like, we refuse to read the rules, and then they didn't play with me.
true.
And then in 5th grade, I got my hands on some Necrons, and I was like, cool, Necrons. And then I was like, play with me, brothers, and they were like, you cheat. And my version of cheating was I remembered rules. And they refused to read the rules, so I happen to remember rules when they were convenient for me, because that's how remembering works. And so then no one played, and then in about 4 or 5 years ago, right before 8 came out, I sold off my Necrons on Craigslist to some guy in Seattle, and all my Space Marines. I was like, never playing Warhammer. And then like 2 months later, Stefan's like, I'm getting into Warhammer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been asking for like 15 years. And then, so I refused to play Necrons because I just sold a lot of Necrons.
Reasonable.
And I decided Thousand Suns have like a Lich-y kind of vibe, which is kind of similar to Undead Necrons.
You also were telling me that Thousand Suns would make you feel the most like you're not playing in a sci-fi setting. Like you
That
just
was
use
true.
magic.
all magic and everything's Golems, so you're not playing sci-fi. You're playing Warhammer Fantasy in the future.
I chose Grey Knights because they're paladins. So it was a coincidence.
Wow,
He just
look
is
at that.
naturally an insidious sorcerer, and I'm naturally a paladin.
Wise Magister.
Wise Magister.
What do you do to stay in shape?
Boxing and pretty strict regimen of weightlifting. That's it. Also, I walk a lot. I walk like 8 miles a day.
You also eat well.
I also eat well. Fitness is important to me.
And strict regimen, you lift 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And then you box like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then
And I
you
walk
like
a lot and I eat really well. I
perfectly
sleep
track
well.
every calorie you eat for 3 years, or no, 1 year now?
A little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year. And like, yeah.
I care about fitness.
So, sorry. A little bit of lifting and a box occasionally.
Thank you.
What type of army do you think 40k is missing?
I actually had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. So, genuinely, what I think, Xenos like Titans. so there's Imperial Knights and there's Chaos Knights.
Ooh, that'd be
so
cool.
you can do like a faction of just like 4 big ass models in Chaos or Imperium. It would be really cool if there was like a kaiju style like Xenos army that was just big alien monsters. And I know that like Tyranids can take some Titans, and I think Necrons have a Titan or two, and then Orc Titans, but I want a Xenos army that is just giant fucking monsters, because every like alien is human sized. It'd be cool if they discovered a new alien that was just like, we're a race of like Shub-Niggurath, blah blah blah.
So like, kind of like with the ogre tribes, or not the ogres, the giants,
Gargants.
the Gargants
Yeah.
in Age of Sigmar.
Exactly.
Something equivalent to that. That'd be actually.
Wouldn't that be
super
awesome?
cool.
You just have a bunch of like bug dragons
And
walking
you're just
around
like,
the
and
battlefield.
then they're basically playing kill team or something, because they're basically just 4
Yeah.
guys who are like, we're out on patrol. Oh, there's some space marines there.
Because Imperium and Chaos can already do that with
Yeah.
Imperial Knights, but Xenos players can't. Not that
That's
Xenos
pretty
players are all lumped into one.
They're all one. What is the size? Sizo?
Size. That's
What
an
is
E!
the CISO of your army?
What is the size of my army? Last I checked, it's about 6,000 points of Grey Knights.
That's $1 a point. You said $5,000 earlier and 6,000 points. It's $1 a point.
Well, I was including all of my armies
Oh.
with that money, and I'm sure it's not $5,000.
I'm sure it's more now.
Oh God.
MSRP versus purchasing with a discount, which you historically have done.
Yeah, I don't know. Someday I'll calculate that and I'll be
I would
sad.
avoid not. It
I'm
can't.
gonna
It
not.
can't give you value.
My pile of shame is really low right now, which is cool. So that's something. I paint most of the models I get.
I think it's pile of shame.
You ever heard the term pile of shame?
Oh, was that like the 2 shelves of unpainted and unassembled and unopened packages at my home?
That's exactly what that is.
But then I instead, when I want to paint, I go to the store to buy something new because those things are scary.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
It's the joy of just buying something.
How can I fudge a lore
You
reason?
passed that one.
Oh, I did. Screw your lore reasons yet. What is your favorite shoulder workout?
That's less exciting than
I think this
gonna
was
be.
probably boxing coach. You put this one in.
You think that was Nathan
Yeah,
who did that?
I
with
think,
boxing
I think
coach?
Nathan did this. Yeah.
My favorite shoulder workout is Lou raises. They're fun.
Blue raises?
Lou raises.
Can you demonstrate?
Well, here. Okay, I'll do a bit. I'll film myself doing
All right,
it.
cool.
Okay.
Cut to that.
right.
All right. How can I fudge a lore reason for why a single Imperial Knight would fight alongside the Grey Knights?
You don't have to fudge a lore reason. So we have our own Forge World orbiting Titan, Deimos. It's one of the old moons of Mars that we teleported through the warp to Titan,
Yeah.
and there is an Imperial Knight house on Deimos. So you don't have to fudge a reason. You can just have an Imperial Knight and say he's from Deimos, our Forge World.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
So wait, how do you send a planet through the warp without it becoming a chaos planet?
Malcador the Sigillite was very powerful.
Oh, okay. I like that excuse. What
Right.
change do Terminators need to be competitive?
That's a good question. I don't want to say points drop because that's really boring. I think
Do your
that
Terminators have OBSEC?
they do. I think Grey Knights Terminators, if I wasn't going to say points, Grey Knights Terminators need to be competitive.
That teleporting spell that you used to have.
I don't know if that would quite make them. I still have Get Infinity, but only characters can cast it now.
Same.
I think an extra attack and a 4 pinball. That would make them competitive as hell.
What is your favorite chapter in Warhammer 40k?
Like book or like Space Marine chapter.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay.
There's a correct answer though.
What is my favorite chapter? I'm assuming this person is not asking what is my favorite Space Marine chapter because obviously Grey Knights. What is my favorite chapter? But that only leaves like what is
So
my
Grey,
favorite like,
Grey
chapter
Knights
of a
is your
book?
favorite answer to favorite guy, right? Like Grey Knights is your favorite faction?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's expand on the question. If you were to be a lame-o imperialist, who's your favorite faction?
That's just a different question from what they asked.
So what
So
god,
my-
what chaos god is your favorite?
Move
Why
on,
is it
move
Siege?
on.
Okay. What makes a game of 40k enjoyable for you? What's the secret? I'm sorry.
Sauce. S-A-U-C-E. I have great handwriting.
I want you to post a picture of this. That's S-A-A-E-E.
That's S-A-U-C-E.
All right,
Anyway,
what
start
makes,
over.
What makes a game of 40k enjoyable for you? What's the secret sauce everyone should know to enjoy the hobby?
What makes 40k enjoyable? Making stories about your guys and knowing that they are your little dudes that you have worked hard on, that you are watching play out a narrative on the table. Thinking of it as a story as opposed to a game. That's what makes 40k enjoyable for me.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
What kit should a starting GK player pick up?
This was a very common question that I got. The Terminator kit. It's the best. You can make HQs, you can make Paladins, you can make Terminators, you can make everything. Just buy a bunch of
one of your
Terminators.
3 kits total.
Yeah,
That's
we have 4.
kits. We have 4 kits. Oh, the
No, wait.
Nemesis Dread Knight.
No, wait, we just have the Dread Knight, the Strike Squad, and the Terminators. Everything else is a Space Marine proxy, like a Space Marine.
No, what about
Marine
what's his face? Cool new guy.
Oh yeah, I guess you can buy Crow, but I don't think there's an individual model for sale of Crow yet. I still think you have to buy Hexfire.
That counts as a kit.
I don't think it does.
You also then get the option of Thousand Suns if you
No,
decide your answer down.
None of that.
If you had to build and play a army, what would it be? Chaos.
No,
is the
okay.
answer.
So the person wrote, if you had to build and play a chair army, what would it be? And I only assumed that they mistyped chaos. So if you had to play a chaos army, what would it be? If I had to play a chaos army, word bearers.
It's so boring.
Why?
Because they're the ones who are like, we still worship the Emperor.
No, they worship the Pantheon. It'd be word bearers. I think they're interesting. I'm also a big fan of the Horus Heresy books about Lorgar. So plus the Galvarbach are so cool. The first possessed.
Oh, those models are super
They're
cool.
so rad.
I can't wait till they release
yeah.
all. Like that is like the standard possessed
That'd be
model
so
in
cool.
28.
In 20.
Yeah, when Chaos,
2028?
when the next Chaos Space Marines book comes out in 2028. Yeah.
All right. What's
All right,
next?
so this is actually one the audience has been wanting to know from the beginning of the video. Hot tub stream when?
Somebody actually asked that. I'll tell you what. Somebody buy me a hot tub and get a hot tub stream.
We can rent an Airbnb or something for a hot tub. I can get you access to a hot tub, so sounds like we're good there. $200.
It's almost worth it just having like a night away at like an Airbnb.
Yeah, see?
Nope. Pass.
All right. If he gets $200 in donations, can you donate on YouTube? I don't know.
can't
If he
donate
gets,
on
all right,
YouTube.
for Patreons or whatever, he gets $200. He's getting a night at a hot tub. He's live streamed it. Apparently, that's his.
I don't understand hot tub streams. You just like then sit there and like hang out
It's like a hangout. Yeah.
in the hot tub.
They're social. Well, no, you're like texting them and stuff. They're talking to you. They send like emojis. You send smiles and you talk to them about stuff and you drink a wine or something. That's fun. That's good. That's good, wholesome
I'm
fun.
not gonna lie, that sounds like a good time. I don't understand social media.
Where did you come up with the names for Samandis and Koziel?
Oh, fun. So, Samandis is the name of an old pope from like the 1200s.
That's pretty dope.
Figured that would fit. Okoziel is a Goetic demon. I forget exactly. I think he's from the Lesser Key of Solomon. I don't remember, but he's actually. So Okoziel is actually the name of one of the main characters in the first book I wrote.
That's fun.
Yeah, and
That's the one about the cowboys and the apocalypse?
Yeah, with the demons and stuff.
That's
and
cool stuff.
So Okoziel is the name of one of the demons in there, and I liked that name, so I've named it. It's also like my internet handle on a lot of different sites.
Now these people are going to stalk you on the internet.
Good luck.
What is a Grey Knight favorite meal?
What is a Grey
Grey
Knight's
Knight's favorite meal?
I don't know. Did you know that the only like pleasure that Space Marines can engage in is feasting?
Why would I know that?
Well, because they have no libido, they have no sex drive, they have withered genitals, and they have
All 3 of those were sex drive.
Yeah.
Or sex related.
yeah. But I'm saying like pleasure, like so the only and then they don't feel like joy at purging enemies. They feel like a relief of
I've
hatred.
seen Black Templars. I think they get.
They feel like a relief of hatred, which is what they want. But the only actual like pleasure that Space Marine can engage in, and they constantly do, is feasting.
Vikings.
Yeah. So I guess a Grey Knight would like chicken, big old pile of chicken.
And
But
so
that's rare.
Slaanesh appeals to them by making them like rock and roll and like able to enjoy rock and roll, and that's it. What is your least favorite 40k army?
Ooh, my least favorite 40k army is. Ooh, I don't know.
Okay.
What is your least favorite? Maybe that'll jog my memory.
Space Marines. To play against though, it's probably right now Admech, but historically Eldar, because I still can't beat Dustin's Eldar ever, even once, no matter what I do. And he's always like, "Oh, that was unfair. Chaos is so overpowered." It's like you beat me every single time we played for 5 years.
Dustin is so powerful, and I have no idea how. Okay, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what my least favorite army is. I think they all have merits, except for. You know what? Custodians, Bakum. Continue. Move on.
Where did you get? Oh, well, is that a? You're wow.
What?
Bad at Custodies. It's a bit of jealousy right there.
I'm continuously jealous of Custodian stats, always.
Where did you get those objective markers?
Etsy. Everybody asks me that. Go to Etsy and... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude right there.
You would be
Etsy.
very mad.
I was. It's just a common question. The objective markers are very cool. Go to
Why do you
Etsy,
post
go to
the vendors'
3d6 something.
That right there. Do you know how to put links in? I don't know.
I do. I can put it right here.
Well, it's right there.
Fine.
Is it right there?
I'll put a link right here, and it'll go you to those. They're very great.
Why Seattle?
I
Or
was
Settle. I'm not sure which one it says.
This is why Seattle.
Why Seattle?
I was born here, and I like it. And I am. Our family also just hates change. Like we like comfort and just habit, and so we've stayed here forever.
Change has grown on me. What is your training routine? We've gone over the high levels.
Okay. I do an hour of weightlifting Monday through Friday. I walk 7 miles every day. I do 2 sessions of like a HIIT style workout every week, and then I spar for boxing on Wednesdays.
And is it a push-pull routine?
Oh, that's a good
Upper,
question.
lower body split?
It is a upper-lower body split, which I really enjoy. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, upper body, and then Tuesdays, Thursdays, lower body.
And is there an app or program you use to
There it
to
is,
do that?
Fitbod. I'll also link that.
Wow.
People might care.
So Banana Republic better sponsor
This video not
Fitbod.
sponsored by Fitbod.
A lot of people that ought to sponsor, but that's all right. Oh, favorite Warhammer book?
I touched on this a little bit earlier. The First Heretic by Aaron Dembski Bowden, I think. It's awesome. I've never felt like sympathy for chaos like I have in that book. I almost made a word bear's armor just from reading that book. It's phenomenal.
Will we see more Warhammer or narrative games? Will we see more narrative games?
We will. It is something I really want to do. I just haven't had the brain space to think about narrative games lately, but it is something I really want to do. I want to push this channel in that direction because it's a lot of fun.
I think the narrative games are really fun to play, and I liked that it was 30 minutes for a game, like those little 500-point challenges. And it was a lot less brain space to actually play through. It was really fun, but the editing seems like it took twice as long as a normal game.
Yeah.
And then the engagement from people seems a little less.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't like to base my choices just
No.
off of what gets more clicks, but also like people love watching the competitive games. I like my numbers in the competitive games are so much higher than my narrative games, and I really enjoy the narrative games, but I don't know. It all depends.
Maybe we could build the narrative games as like a separate day release that's going on like a regular schedule.
When I have more time, I would
Once
love to
this
do
place is open, I can film some back there. That can be one last Kopesh.
that. Maybe we could do like narrative games once a month. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
One last Kopesh.
How did you get into Warhammer?
You skipped that one.
I'm not good at reading questions. I'm still gonna ask you how you get into Warhammer.
My buddy Will, the Dark Eldar player, tricked me into playing a game, and then I was addicted immediately, and I sold off my entire Magic collection and bought some Grey Knights.
This is when Magic wasn't as valuable as it is now.
No, God. I had so many decks.
How did you get into Warhammer? We just asked that. What editing tools do you use?
iMovie.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you wish someone had told you when you started collecting Grey Knights?
Weird question.
I feel like you had something about painting the other day that was based on this. You actually said something in a chat or something about it. I remember this happened.
What do I wish somebody had told me when I started collecting? I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know. It's such a self-exploring hobby.
Don't.
I'm sure my wife would say that. All right.
Will you show your... okay. Will you show your Imperial Guard on the channel? I thought it was
Yes.
IG for Instagram, and I was very confused. Will you show your Imperial Guard on the channel?
I will. Once I have 1,000 points, I'm going to do a 1,000-point match. It's going to be fun. I'm getting close.
We played at night. We played a...
500 point, but I also threw a knight in there.
Oh, yeah, we played
So-
1,000 points with a knight. Matt Sear killed a Lehman Russ in one psychic phase all on his own, and that felt... With one smite, he dealt 9 mortal wounds, and that was a wonderful feeling.
That isn't how that should go.
Yeah. What equipment do you use to film your battle reports? Greetings from Germany, smiley face.
I get a lot of viewers from Germany. My iPhone, actually. Just film on my iPhone. That's it. And I have a gimbal.
You tried using a separate camera.
Yeah,
but
it
you
sucked.
never-
It turns out the camera on my iPhone is better than the like $200 camera I bought. That
Oh,
sucked.
man, that's like an iPhone 8, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I need a new phone. at some
Imagine the
point.
quality when you upgrade.
All right.
Will you do more channel work as to grows in Whoa. Will you do more...
Do you need a hand? Will you do more channel work as it grows in popularity? What's happening with your eyes?
I stayed up till 4 in the morning reading Dune last night.
Yeah, where are you? Let's talk about that later.
Oh, I'm like 10 pages from done.
Oh man. Has fate? Never mind.
No, but what will you do channel work at?
What will you? Will you do more channel work as it grows in popularity? Yes. Yes, I will. And as I have more disposable income to spend on the channel, I will absolutely do more work on that.
Could you introduce your dog to us?
Not at the moment, but I will. I'll do a little clip now.
Hey, buddy. No, look at me. Hey, look at me. Not out the window. He always is watching outside. He's got to make sure. Kel, say hi. This is Kel.
Okay, great.
Wow, what a great introduction to that dog.
He's so lovely.
Quite the hound. How are you going to bring in traffic to Waystone?
That's a good question.
Oh,
word
no.
of mouth. Word of mouth. Right now, just social media is doing really, really well. Word of mouth is what we're doing. And then maybe advertising later. Who knows? I don't know. I'm staying up late thinking about it. I'm kind of nervous about it. But I think we're going to do great.
Good introduction to a panic attack. All right, last question before I ask my own. If you had to shove your Grey Knights, if you had to shelve your Grey Knights forever,
Okay.
what other faction would?
Grip. That's a G.
That is SVIP.
Please start over.
If you had to shelve your Grey Knights forever, what other faction would grip you most in terms of love, modeling, and gameplay? And why is it Gene Stealer Cults?
I don't know, Derek. Actually, Gene Stealer Cults might be my least favorite army in 40k. They are, and not for. You know why Gene Stealer Cults are my least favorite army in 40k? It is not because of the models, which I think are ugly. It is not because of the rules, which I think are either broken or terrible. It is because the people who play Gene Stealer Cults are like, we're the resistance rising up against the oppressor. Let's get all our little like mining dudes to like rise up and overthrow the Imperium. And it's like, you are slaves to space bugs. Your whole goal is to convert the planet into food for an unfeeling monster that lives outside the galaxy. You are not the good guys, Gene Stealer Cults.
Wow.
I got upset.
You had a lot of emotion there.
Yeah, a lot of
You should
emotion.
cut that out.
No, we keep it.
You should cut that whole part. People are going to think you're too mad.
Anyway, well, thank you. Was that all the questions?
That was all of the questions except for... Boy, I wish I had one prepared. That would have been a good joke.
That would have been
Yeah,
a good joke.
that
Did
would've
you have one thinking of?
No.
Great.
I think I already asked my hot tub question, and someone beat me to it.
Somebody
so-
beat to it. Thank you
Yeah.
for your help.
This was fun.
That was
I
very
got
fun.
one.
Oh.
What would you like to see from One Last Kopesh?
What would I like to see? I'd like to see a talk show, a sit down with guests, like 15-minute talk show on like a couch where you have one last Kopesh and you're doing like questions and stuff.
Who would watch that?
I think these guys would watch it. I think they'd love it. You're just being your shitty, snarky self to like Derek or John or Dustin.
That doesn't sound fun.
That sounds like a great time.
Okay, well, that's One Last
Thank you for
Kopesh.
watching, everybody. Yeah, 5,000 subscribers is ridiculous. I never thought this channel.
Well, 4,999.
No, I'm sorry. After he unsubs.
Unsubs.
Thank you so much, everyone. As always, Patreon, etc., YouTube platitudes. See you guys next week.